Kaiju fans, welcome back to the Kaiju World Order. My name is MM, and we have gotten the trailer for Season 2 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters a few days ago, and with it the announcement of a new Titan, a new Kaiju, dubbed Titan X. Another Monster X. So we got Monster X, Gualala, Jigger. Pacific Rim only needs a Monster X, and we'll be all set with all of them. Maybe even Ultraman too. But yeah, Season 2, Titan X, wow. It's, I've seen some people say it's Biollante. It's not. It is a new monster. It looks interesting just from what we've seen. The split eye reminds me so much of The Mummy, the 2017 one with Tom Cruise. I'm sure there's no relation there from design points, but I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. It works better here than it did there. Then it has tentacles all over its body. We get this cool like beneath shot as it swims over a whale, which really does show the thing's size. But the tentacles and position of it, it's definitely something new. There is possibility that it could be the Kraken from the Kong anime on Netflix. And I only really say that for two reasons. Well, really three. One is we do see a cave painting thing in the trailer, which does have this so-called Titan X squid monster thing. And if I remember right, the Kraken had lore with Kong on the island. So the Iwis would definitely know that this thing is around the island. Number two is, well, the sheer amount of tentacles and the fact that the tentacles in some of the previous little teaser trailers showed them to have claws on them. The Kraken's tentacles have claws on them too. And then number three is the eye itself. We get pretty good looks at its eyes, and as I said, they do have two pupils per eye. But if you look at the Kraken, it also had two eyes on each side of its head. Now there does appear to be a big design clash between what we see here with Titan X and the Kraken, and I'm not saying I think it's the Kraken, I'm not saying that it is the Kraken, I'm just saying the possibility of it being the Kraken is there. But the Monsterverse has changed up monster designs from like comics already. Tiamat, for example, was a lot different looking in Godzilla x Kong than she was in her comics. Additionally, then Kraken could possibly be the same way. The big hang up I see with this being the Kraken, though, is the head. The head of it seems to be more almost dinosaur-like, with some spikes around the brows. And then we get this brief shot of what appears to be an actual set of jaws in it. And it's not like the Kraken's beak whatsoever. So if this is the Kraken, it's going to be an even bigger design change than Tiamat was in Godzilla x Kong versus her appearances in, as I said, the comics. I've also seen some people think that, oh, maybe it's there's another octopus squid thing, Titanus squid monster. I'll pop a picture of it up on here then. But no, unless, again, if they're changing the designs up even more so than what Tiamat's was, it's not that thing either. I will be very surprised if it is the Kraken, but if it is a returning monster and not something brand new, it's the Kraken. That's it. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a brand new monster. If it's not, whatever. But as a new monster, I want to see more of this. I'm hoping we get a pretty cool battle with it. If it is the Kraken, Godzilla vs. Kraken, confirmed. And speaking of Godzilla, I know as Godzilla fans, it's always hype to know that, oh, the big guy's coming back. And there's this brief shot in the trailer where we see Godzilla in a city. Keep in mind, this movie takes place in 2017, which is 2 years before King Ghidorah awakens and then causes that mass awakening in King of the Monsters, which is kind of what led us into where we are now with the Monsterverse. So, in this series, we should only really know about Godzilla, the Mutos, and maybe Kong. If anything, this series is going to show us how Kong and Skull Island became public knowledge. Because up until 2019's King of the Monsters, that's what we thought it was. It was classified, nobody knew what it was, and yeah, all of a sudden they're having announcements and live coverage with politicians and drop footage of King Kong there. So, I don't think anybody should be expecting to see Godzilla fight whatever this thing is in the city or anywhere very populated. If anything, it will probably be a battle on Skull Island, which will be cool. We've never seen Godzilla on Skull Island, and I would love to see that. It would also be kind of cool to make this their first actual face-to-face, where they don't fight, maybe they just spot each other, and that's where the whole stay on your island and we'll be okay thing Godzilla and Kong have up until Godzilla vs. Kong. But if you're expecting Godzilla to fight this thing along with Kong in a city or something, it's not going to happen. It's going to be just like the previous season, where if there is a fight, it's going to be in a place remote where nobody can see it, because if it is in a big popular place, it's going to screw up all the canon. Comics, movies, everything. So, yeah, don't expect that. But the new monster, Titan X, lame name aside, I want to see more. I'm hoping it is either the Kraken or something else, like a new monster. Otherwise, I don't know if I'll really care for this design much. It's definitely not a classic Toho Kaiju. It's not Gezora for sure. It's not Biollante. It's not Hedra. It is just some new monster from the Hollow Earth. And yeah, that's the news for the night. And until next time, Kaiju fans, peace out, and Minya, take it away.
Godzilla says you should like and subscribe.